Wait, hold up. I want to know something. Are you chilling on a park bench right now? Are you sitting in the back of the bus, vibing out, possibly hanging from the tree, enjoying the view? Well, you're probably in the right place. This is Not Enough Questions. If you end up liking what you hear, tell a friend or leave a review.
This is Julian. I'm giving a warning real fast before this episode starts. Every time you hear me speak, I echo, and I've tried my best to either get rid of or mitigate the echo to the best of my ability, but I am not a sound engineer, so I limit it to the knowledge I have. But hopefully you still like the episode and you get something out of it. This is probably going to be my most favorite episode. I also need help doing this. I'm not by myself, but more help is definitely needed to avoid future issues like this. So yeah, with all that said, Marion, I hope that you liked this episode and how it turned out. Enjoy.
Welcome back, everyone. You know the voice. I am Julian. Today is Big Brother. And as always, is the unperceived Tyler. But she's really being unperceived today. And she's not here. But that's not going to stop us. I got Tyler to watch this to keep doing the show with this great guest that we have going on. I'll be completely honest with her. I usually don't do background knowledge on it. And I didn't do background knowledge on this person because she has a wonderful personality, has the biggest, she has her own talent that is the only reason why this podcast, Not Enough Questions, exists. She doesn't know that. This is Marion Swingler. I have so much to say about Marion.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Not Enough Questions audience. How is everyone? I'm hoping nothing but the best for everyone. I'm honored to be here, honored to be in this space at this time. Julian, you are amazing. I have no idea what you were just talking about. So please, I need you to finish. I'll tell them, listen, I am the host of Confident You podcast on Confident You Network. We also have After Party, and I just started a new venture, but I'll let y'all in on that later. But Julian, please tell me, because I don't know exactly what you're speaking.
I did that a lot. About a year ago, there was a thought where I can talk the podcast. But one of your episodes, I heard it, I'm like, that gave me the spark to continue. So that is why our very special guest is me.
Oh, no. Let me tell you, that's exactly why Confident You podcast is there. You just got to the heart of why that was such a passion for me to start that podcast, because I believe that there are people that are out there not realizing, wait, so everyday people are really living out their dreams, their heart's desires. They're actually doing things that they want to do. You knowing that my first episode was my son and his business. And, after that and having my daughter just come and speak on, have a couple of guests come through and just speak on his credibility, because I didn't want it to be, that's your mama. Your mama just like you. No, my son's amazing because he's amazing. There's a difference. So it was just, after that one and my daughter going, so Mom, we coming back every week? I'm like, who's we? Because you're not coming back with me. But I knew what she meant. And just the afterglow of that first episode, I was there that next Thursday and that next Thursday. And I just enjoy bringing on guests that are doing things to tell you how they do it, and also to offer you an opportunity for them to help you in whatever that is. I've had a trademark attorney. I've had, from London. Somebody log in from London. From Puerto Rico, I've had a business. She was helping women start their businesses. From just all around, I've had guests that are just doing different things I think that if other people knew, wait, this is how this everyday person started. Because we kind of look at stars and we see them at that finish line. And so looking at that finish line, you think that's where they started. That's not where they start. So I talk to the starters. I talk to the starters that are absolutely amazing in the things that they do. And I'm learning a lot. I'm growing a lot just as a person. And I'm honored to actually hear right now from someone that they're receiving and that it encouraged them or inspired them or confirmed for them that them being you to go ahead and start doing the thing that you do so well.
Thank you. There's more. There's so much more I want to say because I've listened to every episode.
My Lord.
And there's one episode where you started off with you wanted to interview yourself. So that's supposed to be on your. So we're gonna do that here. But before we get into that, how was your last 7 months?
My last 7-ish days. So I'm gonna go back to yesterday and then I'll work my way to some other days. But yesterday, yeah, I think you said that earlier that there was a storm. Well, you said when we got on here that there was a storm where you are. Yeah, well, I had to brave that storm in my area. I don't know if it's the same storm, but I don't care. A storm is a storm is a storm is a storm because that rain was coming down, and I need you to understand that a Black female, there's one thing that water cannot touch, and we're not voluntarily submitting to having it touch that one thing. So let me tell you something. When I walked in the house, I was drenched. My shoes were soaking. I was walking in water in my shoes. My socks, done. My pants, drenched. Shirt, soaking. Everything stuck to me. My backpack and everything in my backpack soaking wet. But let me tell you the one thing. This sister walked in here with not one drop of water. This here, it's not a game. I did not have. No. Soon as I saw it coming, I said, "Oh no, no, you not. Let me. It's not taking me out." So it sounds like something else about to start. I just heard something else. So it really is. That rain was hilarious to me when I got inside and had to totally break down laughing at myself for being wet from my eyebrows down. My glasses were even wet. But let me tell you something. Sister girl, not going to let that. I'm not redoing. It's my time. No, you're not going to catch me like that. So that was yesterday. So yesterday, rainy day, that's how that went. But the highlights of my 7-ish past days was actually, hold on just a moment. Let me, this one, I'm going to need to. I have to. There's no other way I can do this. This right here, yeah. We're going to go here, hit share. I just need y'all to see. This was the highlight of my week. My man, Barack Obama, came up on my feed. And I need you to understand, he's so swag with it. See that? And that hug, and that pulling, that dap, and that hug, and that pulling. Listen, listen, but let me give you what you like. Let me give you, like, with the second. When I say I miss him, this is my forever president. This was the highlight of my last 7-ish weeks. I just wanted to share that with you. So you're saying, wait, I saw all your episodes. Listen, I got my favorites of yours. Episode 5. Yeah, we're going to get into that. But go ahead, tell me about your 7-ish thing.
My family does.
Definitely.
And for the listening audience, I'm letting you know, Marion's taking over. She's taking, this is over Tyler's power. If you see this, something was being shared. I was even touching anything. So let's just let you know. That's something else I forgot. Marion is the reason, the very first, what's the word I'm looking for? Sponsor of the show. Is the reason why this show exists. So after you're done listening to it, please go listen to her episode. Every.
Well, thank you. Listen, if nothing else, we should all be supporting it. I know that we do it. I don't think we do it enough, but I know that we do it. So if I have space, yeah, come on over here with me and get your stuff started. Get your stuff started, please. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this young man has surpassed me with the things that he does. His platform is his Patreon. Amazing. I'm like, wait. So he helped me get my episodes on Buzzsprout because I was way behind the game. I had plenty of episodes on YouTube. It's like, okay, are you ready? Ready for what? To upgrade. Let me upgrade, yeah. And that's what he did, and I appreciate that. So it's reciprocated back and forth. Man, you know you got a special place in my heart.
Thank you. I love it. Wow. But no, my last 7 days, I'm going to take it back to the last Monday. So I just got back from New York trip, and on that New Year trip, I was supposed to do something work-related. That didn't happen. I'm like, didn't have the government laptop, didn't have the government phone, couldn't get into the government website. I'm like, all right, cool. I just have to do this when I get back. The thing I needed to do was going to allow me to get back to the island that I'm on. And it just did. I did it when it's like, this is going to take a week. Was threw off the whole schedule. So I have to now tell workers, my supervisor, and my supervisor that I was not for the next 2 weeks. And we've been planning for me to be on this island 2 months in advance. I'm like, wow, I tried. I did everything I did in my power to do it, but I couldn't do it. But then Friday happened. Right after I had the whole meeting, someone asked me, like, are you 100% sure you're not going to be able to make this trip? I'm like, yes, I'm 100% sure I won't be able to make it.
Okay.
Immediately, I see I'm not still on the trip. I surprised everyone on the island. So I'm back on the island. That's just Monday to Friday. Let me tell you about that.
You left on Saturday and Sunday. Wait, you're on that? Okay, go ahead.
I got back on Monday. As soon as I saw that, I'm like, I'll be there Monday. Which I'm kind of glad that I had the mindset I wasn't going to be on the island because I gave me a chance to I can actually plug things in, clean up my apartment. But no, I'm like, I'm so going. All right, you will see me on Wednesday.
I will accept it. I like how you keep saying on the island. Listen, because it sounds like if you tell me where this island is, you're going to have to kill me. I'm trying to stick around for a little while, so don't even say it. No, don't say it. I wasn't going to say it.
See, here's the thing. There's something that's coming up down the line, and people who at least subscribe to the Patreon will know that the island, so that's why
okay, so you know you just said it. You can't.
You know I'm the editor, right?
I can't. Oh, that's right. Okay. So my favorite Not Enough Questions episode. Can I do that? Can I do? You shouldn't invite me. Number one, you shouldn't. So your episode number 5, was about flirting.
Mm.
Your co-host was real cute. I want to say that. Number one. I want to say that. Very intelligent young man. And just those looks, I wonder where he gets him. He was amazing. Gorgeous. He was blessing the stage, screen, right alongside you. Listen. But you told a story, and I just wanted to share my thoughts on the story. Because it was the flirting episode, and y'all gave some amazingly great tips on how to flirt. Because those tips literally put the human with the human and not the technology with the technology. And then maybe I'll actually like to be in the room to speak human to human. So I like that all the tips were that. But your story, when you said, I was at work and I think the girl, she, didn't know she liked me. I didn't know. And then next thing I know, somebody says, can you take her home? And I was like, sure. Let me get your number. And she went, bang. Let me tell you something. Bro, that was a setup. That was a setup from the, can you take her home? So Steve to go back and give you the whole scoop of the school from all sheet. Listen, that young lady had been talking about you to people. And they devised a plan to get you and her alone. So the attention could actually just be on you and her. And nothing else was going on, and you wouldn't be distracted and not really notice. That's why that number was already written and ready to be handed over. I just wanted you to let you know something. In that flirting, we'll get some help. Get somebody to come with you. You don't know what to say, fine. Oh, you don't? I got you. Come here. Can you take her home? Can you just help her out? She right down the street. And then you drop her off and you like, dude, you at the next building. Why not drop you here? So yeah, I had to. I said, oh no, nobody's going to address this. So yes, that was my favorite. Now, I like the one with car.
Yep.
And car, the bonnet, the bonnet bandits. Oh, y'all had me. I was done. Y'all had on do-rags and bonnet. Priceless of the generation today. Let me tell you something. If I had left out of my house with a bonnet and a scarf in the classy time of when I was coming out, that wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have made it to my mother's door now with that scarf and bonnet on. It's a new day and a new time, and y'all looked amazing, and the conversation was great. All right, undivided attention. You got it. What we doing?
All right. Well, let's get into the main question. Now, the second person who asked to ask this question, and the question is, why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yes.
Why am I here? Okay, so I need you to elaborate on that because I can go anywhere with it where I want something a little more specific. Okay. I make sure I'm answering exactly, at least on the same street that you're talking about. Now, I might stop at another, corner, but at least we'd be on the same street.
See, I had a feeling we were going to do that because I'm like, why are you here? The subtext is, what is your purpose?
What is my purpose? That's a good question. What is my purpose? That's exactly why Confident You exists.
I told you were going to get back into that episode.
That's exactly why Confident You exists. So that people can recognize their purpose and recognize the easy steps it actually takes to start down the path to living in their purpose. So my purpose is, initially I thought my purpose solely with no other hope of anything else. Not that I was hoping for anything else. I just thought I knew that that was it. And it was, or it still is, part of my purpose, because I do now believe that you have more than, and I'll explain that, multiple purposes in just a moment. But singing was my purpose. It was the only thing I thought that I had going for me in the realm of that's why God put me here, singing. And then I realized I picked up that it was singing, but it was actually my voice. It was my voice in terms of I sing, but it's also the things that I say, and also the things I don't say, the way that I listen to give people the space to express themselves. So I would say my purpose, I found my purpose. See, and then the multiple one keeps jumping in my mind. So I'm going to go with Confident You Podcast. I found my purpose through Confident You Podcast because, again, I thought it was just singing. Initially, I got certified as a transformational coach, and I was doing it for voice. For voice, I said I'm a transformational vocal coach. Then I came to the understanding that it was beyond singing, because in helping people with their singing, by the end of the first coaching session, I would be told, you're a life coach. Like, now that you've helped me with this, it's helped me move so many other obstacles in my life. It's helped me see a clearer path in my habits so that I can choose to do better things in my life to get to where I want to be. You actually helped me better understand where I want to be. There are so many people that say, I don't know my purpose. I can't find my purpose. You would be amazed how I hear that all day, every day. Even when I sign up for like master classes, mastermind classes and things like that, and just getting community of people that I've never met, majority of the room by 65 to 70% of that room, literally their main question is, what is my purpose? And like I said, I believe there are multiple. I believe to my mom, my purpose is to be her daughter that cares for her and takes and checks on her at where she is in the stage of life. And I'm older, no longer needing the help and nurturing that she would give to me as a child. Not that she's a child, but I make sure that things are done. I'm the one that sets the doctor's appointments and takes her to that. I'm the one that orders the medication. I'm the one that, oh, mommy, I think your tags on your car are about to go down. Let's make sure we get that. Ma, I think it's time for you to renew your automobile insurance. So in that realm, that's my purpose for my mom. For my children, it's my purpose to be a mom and now a grandmom. And she turned 1 on the 11th. I'm so excited because I'm not a grandma. I need you to understand I'm not a grandma.
No, you're Gla'ma.
Gla'ma. Because I'm grandma. I'm a grandma. Listen, I'm a grandma. So in that, my purpose is to make sure that I'm instilling the things in my daughter to be able to raise her daughter the way that she wants, but just instilling those things, because as a child, I could tell her how to raise a child. So there are different stages to being a parent. And so I have purpose in different areas of life. When people start to understand and see that and then go, and they're like, but what's my ultimate purpose that God has for me? I said, believe it or not, whatever it is, you're already experiencing it on some level or realm, because it's something that comes naturally to you because it's in you. Now, the only way you're not experiencing it is if you're just not engaging in that. Have you ever met or heard of someone that, wow, they sat down and they could just play the piano? They had never touched the piano and they could just play the piano. There are, different stories of people just operating in giftings that they weren't aware of. Some people go to get their law degree, fly straight through. Some people got to take that test. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to say a couple of times. And this is no judgment from somebody who had to take the driver's test a couple of times. Sometimes you're thankful for the retry. So don't do that. No judgment at all. And I think that's part of my whole journey with the confidence, helping people find the confidence in their voice to actually commit to the things that they have purpose in. Your purpose, like for you, your sole purpose is not to be here, but it's part of your purpose journey.
No, that I like that a lot, because I never thought about having more than one purpose. Because in my mind, I'm thinking of this question like trying to not think about so you can get the full experience of reading my first thoughts. And I say my position to like the one that's on the top of my mind is to show people that the impossible is possible all the time, because the first instance I can think of is going into college.
where people were like, "Oh, you can you can be anything you want and start fresh." I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to be myself and tell people it's like the thing. You don't have to stick to the normal thing. That's this podcast too. I'm always in the background. I'm the stage handler. I never wanted to be in front of the camera. Like, here I am in front of the camera, hoping I can do things that they are because that's just one thing. The other one I can think like it's really just asking questions. That is enough. If you can see the catalog of questions that I have, because I like to connect people. And I think that's always been part of my no, I'm the object, or to keep people to keep. I am not a force, just someone who like brings out connectivity. You can talk to me about anything, judgment free, and we can have that conversation. Like, I'll meet you where you are. I'll show you people where you didn't think of. It's just part of who I am, and I think anyone who met me can attest.
I can attest to it. That's all I've ever heard about you. When you weren't in the room, because I would say, "Where's Julian?" They're like, "Oh, he's doing this, he's doing that." And then if stuff goes wrong, all of your friends come out of nowhere and come and scoop you up and make sure you're good. And that is something that speaks to the character of who you are. You said that it's important to you. What we're saying, or who we are, and living the best people that we are. It sounds like it's the same person, because you said you want to help people do the things or live the things that are impossible. It's crazy. There are voices that tell you can't do certain things. Like when you were saying the thing about college, there are voices that tell you that you're not able, you're not smart enough. I know that you're not dependable. You're not disciplined enough. There's no way you're going to be able. They say no before you even get the whole idea out. But amazingly enough, what I found, and this is something that I reveal in helping people to unearth their confidence, is your worst enemy, that person, Auntie,
Is your
that person that sits there and tells you constantly, there's no way. You're not smart enough. You're not worthy enough. You're not tall enough. You're not short enough. You're not small enough. You're not big enough. You're too old. You're too young. That person, like you said, that's you. It's you. So literally, in helping people to understand their confidence, it's my goal to help people to actually look at themselves, not play the blame game, but look at themselves, because you can actually change the people around you. Of course, as a kid, it's kind of hard because you're not self-sufficient as yet. But as you grow and you become self-sufficient, or as you're in the stage of being self-sufficient, you have an option. So it's hard to get away from yourself. So let's talk to you first. Because first thing is, you're going to have to start to understand that you have a purpose in this world. Everybody thinks that you said something. You said, I thought I was just a stage. I was to be in the background. The crazy thing, I thought the same thing. I was like, no one wants to hear me speak. People want to hear me sing. I'm not intelligent enough to string along words to have them be impactful, not knowing I had done it my whole life. Running into people who go, yo, from high school, you were a senior when I came in as the freshman at Duke Ellington School of the Arts. You were the only senior that sat down at the table with us, that walked through the hallway with us, that said hi to us, that came and sat among us and let us ask you questions and you gave advice. You were the only one. I did not know all my life I was doing. It took other people telling me, do you know what you did for me to realize? Because even in going through the transformational coach certification, you did, oddly enough, your show is named Not Enough Questions. We had to learn to ask questions and how to ask questions. And it was amazing to me when they would put us in these labs, how easily it was coming to me. The concepts and structures that they were given, I didn't have to think through. I actually ended up running 2 and 3 extra classes on the weekend for people who didn't get it, because we would get in the groups. They say, hey, is there any way you can help me? I'm like, listen, I got a group at this time on Saturday, this time on Saturday, and this time on Sunday. Which one you want to join? I would show up with a lesson plan. Now, this is something you just gave me Tuesday. By the weekend, I had a lesson plan. I did not think about, let me tell you why I didn't talk myself out of it. Because the goal was helping someone else. Mm-hmm. Because my goal was helping someone else, I got out of my head and stopped thinking that it was something I could never do. Oh, you don't research stuff. Oh, you don't read books. Oh, you don't listen to educational information. Now, this educational information that's coming out now through podcasts and blogs and audio and visual podcasts and different shows and all the free stuff you have on YouTube, and it's no reason so for anyone to stay stuck. Mm-hmm. And the only person I would always address first who's holding anyone back is themselves. So I find that having Confident You podcast so that people can have that intimate time of either putting in headphones or just turning on their laptop or pulling it up on their screen on their phone and just learning and growing and getting stronger and stronger until they get up and decide, you know what, I'm going to do this. Because in confidence, the confidence, that purpose that I have, I found that it's not going to be perfect. Absolutely no one is perfect. There was only one, and that was it. So no one is perfect. It's not going to be. And those falls and bumps and the failures, they're actually not failures. They're life lessons. So it's the perspective of how you look at things. So after I got get the people to look at themselves and in their perspective of how they look at things just start to get better. And that's something we have to do. It's crazy. I was doing it in a voice lesson for your singing. Why? Because I would say, do something, and you would say, I can't do that. And I'm looking at you. Okay, I don't think I asked you, can you do it? I said, do it. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath. And they were like, wait, what? I said, yeah, the only person who's stopping you is you. What do you mean? We can't figure out how you're going to do it until you start doing it. I can help you make something better if I can hear something. But if you're not even going to try, why am I here to help you make it better? I didn't realize how profound the things I didn't know. I was just speaking to that one thing. I didn't realize how wide a range of strength that was for people. So, I'm sorry, I go on and on to the break.
Sorry, I'm hearing you, and there's so much in my mind. Off of what you just said, you did ask if you can do it, and you said that's something that even in the podcast, we have a dump list. So it's like things that I don't have to worry about. And the biggest thing on this, don't tell them we can't, like, though that's forbidden from behind the scenes. I leave all the negativity at home. I don't want it. I don't need it. That's yours. And that kind of brings me to my other point on what I wanted to talk into. How you saw why you want to lighten yourself up. I'm kind of the opposite. I saw people feel at their things, not with no shade or anything. They're like, "Oh, I'm trying to do this," and I'll be there. I'm serious. I'm like, "Keep going. You got this." But people would stop. So I'm like, you know what? Right. Let me show you where. Let me try. Let me try. And keep it going.
And keep it going.
And that even reminds me night code. But in the picture, there is even a video that explains. I'm trying to start with anyone who needs point. So that's part of the purpose. Would also leads me to two questions.
Okay.
Who are you trying to bring along with you? And what is the obstacle that's in your way?
Who am I trying to bring along with me, and what obstacles are in my way right now? So I want to pose this to everyone who is doing anything. If you want to bring legacy, you want to bring your family. But if while you're building, your family is dead weight and they're slowing you down, you're going to have to drop them off. You're going to have to drop them off and keep running till you get to a space where they go, "Hey, can I come over there?" And they want it. If they don't want it, you cannot wait for them. And I'm talking about family. I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about business partners. You have to be strong enough to know when something is not working and walk away. Either it's not working for you or you're not working to benefit them. It's either way. Either way, you have to be strong enough to know when to walk away. So for me, my first thought of all of this, how this came about with me starting all of these ventures, I still have one to tell you about, sitting in church and literally they were teaching about wills. And he read a passage. It's escaping me right now, verbatim. I paraphrase. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And I literally sat there and started crying. Because I didn't want to be another person in the graveyard being buried with all of the great things that God has gifted me to do. And I did nothing with them. 1. 2, I did not want to be buried in the ground and not leave anything to my family. Now, my children corrected me as I cried and told them this. And they said, "Are you serious? Do you know what you've given?" Number 1, that first thing that I thought was my only purpose, they can sing. They said, "We can sing." Because the Lord, yes, better than me. Have a tool. I said, "Wait, like I gotta, go again? Oh, hold on. Let me get it together. So yeah, they can, and they said, "You gave us that, but mommy, above that, the way that you are with us gives us the strength to be that greater person to the people, our tribe, our people, our friends. We learned so much from you." And so that in itself let me know that the inheritance was beyond money. Now, the scripture goes on to say they leave house and wealth. Now, that's the part that her, is determined to get to, because I want to build wealth, not for myself, but for my family. That's my goal. But I also want to be able to help people when they call me. Can I pray? Oh, you talking about a praying sister? Go ahead, send your prayer list in, put it in the comment. I got you. But I want to do more than just call on God to help. I want to be the person that God can work into help. So right now I'm using and so I had to stop telling myself that I don't have anything to say, that I can't my vocabulary isn't vast enough. I repeat the same things over and over again. When I started to listen to myself and found out that the things that I was saying were profound, it deserves repeated, especially if they ain't doing it yet. Then you're going to need to say it again until that learning and the action and the actual living of it takes place. So repeating yourself isn't bad. I was stopping myself for, when I think about the things I was stopping myself for, it was silly. So you're talking about obstacles. The obstacles that I have right now, and I'm going to be so vulnerable and transparent right now, is me fighting me in terms of, oh my goodness, that was a lot. I need a break. So I have to fight myself to make sure that there's more work production than rest. If you have more breaks in between your work, yeah, you know why? Because there are so many things that I'm doing right now that I never did before. I had kids. Hey, I got this new phone. Put my numbers in it, get my pictures off, cut one, do this, do that, do this, and do that. And now I'm an empty nester. I gotta figure that stuff out. But I do. Actually, my son, my youngest, got me ready because that last year he was home. Yeah, he wouldn't. When I call your name, I'm old school. I call your name. You need to come here and say, yes, ma'am. Yeah, he stopped. Mom, okay, I'm coming. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to get, wait, is it this? Wait, is it that? And I literally think this baby would come and look out that door and go back in that room or hear me and not help me. So then he started saying, this is what he started saying. He started saying, just disrespectful. He said, Mom, sure you can figure it out. Boy, don't make me hurt you. But I had to take the help the way the help was coming to me because he knew I'm not about to be here. I'm about to be 5 hours away. So you will have to start doing some of this stuff on your own or at least using Google University to get on there and you and I learned it. And so that he got me into the mind frame of seeking the answer for myself. So that my obstacles, I know what the obstacle is. So I wouldn't say it's an obstacle. It's I was getting ready to say a scripture. It's my sin that so easily besets me, but I'm like, because it is. Because I should be doing something else. I'm like, don't take a break. What do you need a break? No. Okay, well, no. Don't put an hour movie on and say you're just going to watch 10 minutes of it, because you know that's not going to happen. So I had to learn to set myself up to succeed. I would give that advice to anyone.
Mm-hmm. I know for me, my obstacle is time. There's so much I'm trying to do. There's so much that I already have planned out. I just need the time to do it. I'm splitting myself between the podcast and being a big brother, having a social life and everything. I don't have enough. That's my thing. So
can I help you with that obstacle? Can I help you? Can I tell you what I because I had to do research. I had to find out, listen, I can't keep, because I found that I was sabotaging myself. Mm-hmm. After a while, you have to look, it's like, yo, you're sabotaging you. Mm-hmm. So I actually have a time set up to do certain things. So whatever that block of time is, now this could just be 30 minutes. But in that 30 minutes, okay, at this time, for this 30 minutes, I'm editing this. For this time, for this 30 minutes, I'm writing the outline for my book. Mm-hmm. For this block of time, for this. So I had to actually write the vision and make it plain. I had to write it. Now, mind you, the first 2 years I tried this, the only writing in that calendar book for the year was January. The February, it just slid back to my old ways. Listen, But I realized that if I kept going that way, I would have nothing. Nothing. Let's keep going that way. So, I had to figure out how it's going to work for me. So instead of trying to go, oh my gosh, I got all this to do. Nope. Let's make these all small, quantifiable things. Put them in their time block and do them. And the goal is to get as much done as possible. Now, deadlines are totally different. I had a deadline, 3:00 today, to submit the live that I did last night in 3 clips that could be posted to Instagram. So what did that mean? I needed to wake up an hour early because I'm looking at my day like there is no time in this day. So let me get up an hour early. But let me get up an hour early, check me out, and go ahead and get dressed for it. Do all my stuff to get ready in the morning, and then sit down, do that, knowing that at this time, drop, stop, and go. Grab your bag, you got to go. It's over. So as much as you can get done, get it done, knowing that, okay, whatever you come back to, you're going to have to finish it. I literally, because I did that, I finished. Emailed it to myself at 7:15 and walked out the door by 7:17.
I like it.
That was it. I needed to be out of the door by 7:20. But because there is sacrifice in the things that you want to do and a discipline that you have to set up, there's sacrifice in the discipline. I had to realize that my head would be tight and constrained because I would be at work all day, but at work all day, I would also be thinking about all the things I need to get done. So I had to start to focus. You gotta focus on where you are and what you're doing in that time. So if you have a calendar, no, I don't have to worry about this until right here. So let me just do my best in this time. And then I actually have a list of things that I can do when I have downtime. I have a downtime list. I literally have a downtime list so that those are little menial tasks that can always get done. I have all this stuff on my desktop that's supposed to be on my H drive. So when I have downtime and I'm sitting here, I go, oh, I still got 6 minutes left in this. Let me at least move 2 or 3 of these documents. Okay. That's 2 or 3 more that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So in downtime, I literally have a list. If there's downtime and the only thing I have is my phone, which everybody has with them all the time. Okay, let me move some of these pictures to the cloud. Let me clear out some storage on my phone. So I literally have things set up. And all of this plays into your confidence, because if you're confidently knowing what you're doing with everything in your life, it makes it more comfortable. I'm not telling you nothing. Absolutely. I'm going to promise you, ain't nothing perfect. Nothing is easy. Life is hard. Okay, we finished. You done? So what do you want to do? Because it makes it easier to go through something optimistic for me, believing in Christ and his goodness, and that mercy and grace walk everywhere with you. For you, if that's not it, then at least have a positive outlook on it. Don't always go, oh my goodness, this is happening. Do you think if you found out, God forbid, not wishing this on anybody, and if this is your circumstance, I apologize. Trust me, someone in my family just went through it very close to me. So I mean no slight in saying this or using this as an example. But this is something that people really do think doom and gloom right when they hear. If you get a report that you have cancer and you come out, I got the C word, like you're scared to even say the word, that means you're saying that has more power than the God you believe. And if you believe in God, then you believe he doesn't make junk. You're saying that has more power in the you that he created. I'm not saying that it's going to look exactly how you want it to look, but walking through with a positive attitude in terms of, listen, I could have found this out. My family could have found this out. Sorry to say it this way, from an autopsy, instead of me finding out from my doctor and getting a plan of action and working. That's the kind of confidence I want to give people. Those are the types of conversations I have with people. And I say conversations because it's an exchange that I hold confidential and near and dear to my heart, that people would trust me with intimate detail. There we are. Sorry, I got a little serious.
That's what we are. We serious? We can be silly. We can be serious. Oh no. We're living the same last year. I went to St. Beats.
That's exactly how I feel. We are living the life. We are almost the same people. It's amazing. And that's the other key. Oh my goodness, you just reminded me. We always think we're the only one going through. In that example I just gave, do you think you're the first person to hear that you got cancer? Do you know when you go to chemo treatment, it's going to be rows of chairs because you're not the only person coming? Do you know when you go to that desk to make your next appointment, they're going to have to find space for you because you're not the only one going through this? Mm-hmm. I think that we isolate ourselves, and that also eats away at our mental health, our emotional health, our spiritual health, our physical health. I think it eats away because even in physical things, you're like, oh, I want to be fit. Okay, well, take some step. Put that last piece of chicken. Don't grab that bag of potato chips. Grab that out. Let's start somewhere small.
Yeah.
If you get a cup of coffee every morning, it's going to take you a minute to wean back on that. But I guarantee you, if you open a separate account and put that Starbucks money in that account every morning, instead of going to Starbucks and grabbing something else, bring a tea bag from your house, heat some water up in the microwave. Start there. Let me tell you something. You won't have to detox. And so when I go through things, I go all the way through them. You're going to have to detox because that's something you've been doing. If you eat snacks every night before you go to bed, it's going to be a detox. You are going to fight yourself to not go and get that snack. It's going to be a fight between you and you.
All the time. Every single time.
So, what you got? What else? Not enough questions? I know that's not true. Come on.
Oh, no. See. Oh, no, there's more. I'm ready to ask the question. Well, something you said. No, I'm never. I've said this before, and this is probably the spring time I've literally in this way. You said, so think that they go. They're the only situation by themselves. And that is where the outfit comes from. That is why you probably smile when you're saying it. Because the outro is, don't forget to ask yourself, because you shouldn't ask a question that you aren't willing to answer. Don't forget to ask others, because you never know. And never stop asking so you can keep growing.
And that's the thing. Why would you do that? Because I was just listening to Kobe. I was just listening to a message by Kobe, and Kobe literally said there was a time in my life that I had to realize I didn't have all the answers. And then on the other hand, I had to realize also didn't have all the questions to get to the answer. I have been in master classes and people literally, I'll start with me. Started joining these during the pandemic. Everybody started, educating themselves. At least I did. That was the journey I took. So it started pre-pandemic because we had a virtual business up and running. Me and my son, by that time, my daughter didn't want to. She was like, Mommy, that's not my thing. And I was like, cool. So me and my son started Inheritance of Praise Global Production. And just going through the process of educating myself, I had to realize exactly what I heard Kobe say. He pushed a pause in me. I said, those are the words I was looking for. I was literally in the classes and they would say, anybody have any questions? I had concerns, but I didn't have the words for the questions. I had concerns like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. But that's not a question. Excuse me, question. I don't understand that. No, because you need to be more specific, because you're not asking me to say all of what I just said for the past 2 hours over again. there has to be more specificity to what you're asking, what you want to know, what you want to better understand, unearth, learn, grow, and put into action in your life. So, yeah. The questions, not enough questions, I thought was absolutely a unique aspect to have as a title of podcast. When I tell you there are so many types of podcasts out there.
I cannot take credit for this. It's what my co-host, Lolo, he was the one who called it. Whole input in listening. So I owe a giant.
I thought it was so unique. Not enough questions. Like, if you think about it, yeah, if you're sitting there and you walked out and you still don't understand what's going on, boo, you didn't have enough questions. You didn't know what to ask. It's crazy. I have so many questions that, like, I have people going, can you go to the doctor with me? Because the way you're saying it, that's not how I understood. I said, you didn't hear what he said? Because I understand that you not only have to hear what someone is saying, you got to hear what they're not saying. And you got to learn to ask, yo, but what about this? You took me from A to C. Nah, what happened to B? What's this? What's this in the middle? We didn't talk about none of this.
And I tell people, people always ask me, do you have any questions? My response is, not at the moment. Because I guarantee you, I hear everything you tell me. It processes. Oh my God, did you? This second you're not in my line of sight, I get 5 more questions. So I was like, no, we'll leave that door open. Like, not at the moment.
Yes. And that is a very good statement. I'm taking that one. I'm taking that one.
Yes, but it hasn't been the hours that I've asked for. But so we can go one or two ways. And I'm leaving this up to you. We can end this right now. All right. One more question. Go all the way back to the way back. One more question. It's just, when did you realize your purpose?
When did I realize my purpose? That is a great question. Because realizing your purpose and living your purpose is two different things. I didn't realize I was living all of those purposes and the things that I was doing in my life. So for Confident You podcast, I realized my purpose as I got after I got certified for being a transformational vocal coach. Me thinking again, it's singing. And I continued in the class. I was embarrassed to share what my certification was, while everyone else's I felt much bigger and much more impactful than mine. Some people there for transformation coach for battered women, transformational coach for abused teens, transformational coach for real estate, transformational coach. They were there. I felt as though the things that they were doing was much more valuable and impactful than mine. So I never shared it. And I had no idea why I felt that embarrassment about saying it. I would brush past it if asked. I would evade the question. I never typed it. When we were told to type it, I never typed or shared it. But going through the class and going through those different labs and just hearing people's feedback and having that feedback match with other feedback in my life, one day so also starting my social media for the first time, December the 22nd of 2021, for the first time. Because in that class, he was like, yeah, don't come back until you have Instagram and Facebook, and we'll come back tomorrow, so be ready. So I got that set up, and then the next thing I told him I got it. He was like, okay, did you post anything? No, I just got it. He said, okay, so don't come back tomorrow without, and I posted the first. Well, shortly after that, I kept trying to do the vocal thing. It still wasn't resting well inside of me. And then I came across a post that said, Confident You in Canva. And so I posted it and I never let it go. Like everything started to come clear to me after that. So I am Marion Swingler, the coach to your confident voice, to be heard whenever, wherever, however you decide. See the bling on my teeth? See?
I'm confused. You asked if I saw the song right now. It's been throughout the whole episode.
Come on here, Gla'ma. Always stay ready. Listen.
The whole episode.
You. I'm feeling so special right now. I want you to know how honored I am that you asked me to come to your platform. I will say that your platform is one of the most uniquest. I could say the most uniquest platform that I'm familiar with. I can say that I see no fear in you, no hesitation in what you're doing here. Your guests are so versatile. And Mason, because that's all. Yes. No shade, all sun. That's what I was seeing. I was seeing no shade, all sun. It looks like all that stuff. He knows what I'm saying right now. So I'm talking in code. So you're going to need to go and watch all of the episodes to figure out what I mean by it went from shady to sunny. And I was wondering, but you hold your ground with such grace. But that's you. You're able to converse with any of any age, any race, any background, any topic. You have such an open view on the world and a curiosity that makes it easy for people to want to go, hey, yeah. So I just, I honor that in you, because a lot of people say, well, young people, they just, stick with them. They're not worried about us. They don't want to talk to anybody older. Lies. You had you between your show and my show. You've had the oldest guest. Then the versatility. You beat me. But it's because of who you are. It's because of who you are. They wouldn't feel comfortable coming here if after they checked you out, they wouldn't feel comfortable coming. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It means so much to me. I'm probably going to be hearing this all the time. And I was going to say the floor is yours.
The floor is mine.
The floor is yours. It's still yours. The floor is yours.
Hey, the floor is yours. You could get with this, so you can get with that.
That.
Get with this, so you can get with that. Listen, so I want you to get with this. I want you to understand that if you are, or if you have a desire to be a podcaster, or you do things and you want to be on podcasts, you do things of importance, meaning it's important to you and you know that it provides a service to others, and you want to be able to get on platforms and speak eloquently as a guest. You want to be interesting and you want people to really engage with what you have going on. My new thing.
I've been waiting for this one.
Listen, I am a podcast pro with Marion and Joe. Just launched last Wednesday live. You can find us live on StreamYard. We're coming to Facebook and we're on YouTube. Listen, I am a podcast pro. That's how you can also find us on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. I suggest you join our Facebook community. What we are doing are helping people to understand how to actually be a guest, how to give value in the things that you're saying, how to actually host, how to give value on your platform so that the things that are being said are valuable to your audience. So I'd invite you to join us. I am a podcast pro. Wednesday night, 9 o'clock YouTube, Instagram, soon coming to Facebook. With Facebook playing with us, we got to wait a month before we can go live. But come August, we're going to be over there. I think it's the first Wednesday is August the 7th. So, yeah. So I would suggest that you go over there, check those episodes out. We have 2 out so far. And I can say that that's also something that I'm finding purpose in, helping people to understand how to do the podcast. Everybody's like, I need camera. What kind of camera I need? What kind of light I need? What kind of mic I need? Let me tell you something. Everything you need is in your phone. Your phone has video in it. It's got a light. It's got camera. It's got a mic. It's got speakers. Everything you need is in your phone. So you can start where you are and build. But guess what? While you're building the stuff, let's build you. Let's help you know how to engage, how to interact, when to say, wait a minute, let me hold on to that. That's a good question to ask. Because I can tell you right now, this young man did not just ask the questions that he had already preconceived in his mind or planned out. He literally engaged and listened to me and pulled from the things that I said to get more out of the conversation that he was even expecting to have. So I would invite you, your audience, come on here, 90 questions. Come on over so you can find out how to get.
Please send me your information. And I'm going to be bold. 100%.
Oh, yeah. And it's so good. Joe is someone, amazingly enough, who helped me figure out, okay, what do I use to record these? And what do I need? He was like, Marion, okay, let's start right here. Let's just start with this. Because I kept going, tech, that's not my thing. That was the thing that my son kept pushing me up to do. Mom, you can do it. Mom, just slow down. And I know he was coaching me in that room, but he knew if he came out there, I was going to get up and move. So, yeah, no. But he also know I love a challenge. So he like, if I leave her in there long enough, she going to figure it out. Mom, coming, hold on. Let me finish this. So, it becoming him and I together makes it an amazing dynamic duo. He has experience. His experience goes way back to high school radio, and way before podcasts started, he was doing a radio show, and he has blogs, and he's a rapper, he's DJ, like his talking and engaging with people. That's something he's been doing for decades. So, and it's something I've been doing because as a singer, guess what? You got to learn to present yourself on that stage. You can't be afraid to come out and sing it. So the confidence I had in that is the confidence I pulled over to in here in front of this camera and knowing that the place that you need to be, I am a podcast pro. And don't let that pro fool you. Let me tell you, the P stands for purpose. Who would have thought? Not perfection, purpose. Because you're going to be operating in your purpose. The R stands for resilience. Why? Because ain't nothing easy. I will never lie to you. But if you start to build those muscles up by getting through those things as more tough things come, you'll have the resilience to keep pressing forward and going. And then that O is for outstanding. Listen, because you should stand out as your unique self. And that's what we're here to do. All right, I'm finished. Let me leave it alone. I don't like it.
I love having you here. You're welcome back anytime. Joe's can come soon. Anyone you want to bring. If Tyler's here, she'll be here too. Anytime.
Yes. Please give Tyler my love.
Yes. What?
I missed her. So, yeah, I got to come back. I got to come back because I got to. That's not good. Now, it's my girl. What we doing?
Tyler, you heard that? That's 2 others now. You have to come back for her.
Listen. Tyler, listen. Now, don't get me wrong, Tyler. Take care of your business. Whatever that is you got going on, baby girl, take care of that. But when you get back, please give your girl a call. She ready to talk with you.
But of course, I told you we end off with the same. And I had to, I come up with find a quote with her. Because it was Tyler's time. But she's being unforeseen right now. I can't even help it. So, the quote is from Charlamagne the God. Nothing that is for you will require you to outcast character to get it.
Say it again.
Nothing that is for you will require you to act out character to get it.
Nothing that is for you will cause you to act out a character to get it. You ain't never lied. You've never lied. And let me tell you something. I want to bring mine from, they say, now some people, I don't think that's who said it. Listen, this is how I'm going to say it. Einstein said, doing the same thing, same way, and expecting a different result is sheer what?
Insanity.
Insanity. Now let me tell you what Marion Swingler says. You insane if you're going to keep doing it like that and you know you ain't getting nothing and you know you want better. So change it. Come on now.
I like it. I like it. I said it once or once, but I was, I'll give you the proper answer. Don't forget to ask yourself, ask others, and never stop asking questions. Yeah.
Wow, you're still here. Well, if you enjoyed the episode, there are a few different ways to support our podcast. Following us on Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube, or becoming a supporter of our Patreon for $2 or $5 a month, where you'll have access to never-before-released visual episodes, funny bloopers, polls, or you can pose a question. The links can be found in the description wherever you listen. The simplest way to support us is by leaving a review about how great or bad we are, or telling a friend about our show. Anyways, thanks for listening.